Have you ever left a conversation, a relationship, or even a quick interaction, and days or even weeks later, you're still carrying it with you? You might feel drained or heaviness. You could be replaying that conversation over and over in your mind. If so, it's most likely because you have an energetic cord that's attaching you to that person. And in today's video, I'll share what cord cutting is and why it's such an important form of self-care. I'll even walk you through a simple cord cutting ritual that you can try. When I first learned about cord cutting, it was an absolute game changer for me. I used to get so frustrated when I would find myself stuck in these thoughts and emotions around someone who I didn't even want to give my time or energy to anymore. But once I started cord cutting, I realized that I could disconnect myself from all of that past emotion and energy that was stored from all of our conversations and interactions. And once I did that, I felt lighter and freer and more like myself. And that's why I'm so excited to share cord cutting with you today. So let's start with how these cords form and what exactly cord cutting is. How I like to describe it is to imagine these invisible threads that are connecting you to everyone you interact with. Now, these cords can form from very deep relationships, or they can be from quick interactions, as simple as one conversation. And these cords, they carry emotions, attachments, even energy that's unspoken between you and this person. Now, not every cord is negative. There are some that are very loving and supportive. But other cords can be draining, they can bring this heaviness, they can even be toxic. An important thing to know about cutting cords is that you're not cutting that person from your life. You are just cutting the energy and you are removing the unhealthy energy from that relationship or that situation and taking it out of your life. When you practice cord cutting, you're really giving yourself permission to let go of what's been weighing you down. It's like an emotional freedom that you're regaining. Instead of feeling bogged down by negativity of these past emotions and interactions, you're opening yourself up to higher frequencies. Your path is opening so you can move freely in your life. Now, if you're wondering how you know that it's a good time to practice cord cutting or a time when you need it, pay attention to how you feel after you interact with people. Is there somebody that you interact with and you feel drained right away? If so, that's a good sign of needing to do a cord cutting with that person. If you're constantly replaying a conversation with somebody over and over in your mind and you're getting so worked up over it and it's sucking you right back into it, that's a good time to cord cut. Another way, and this is when it could be a deeper cord cutting that takes multiple rounds, is there could be somebody from your past. They may have been out of your life for years, decades even, and maybe they're popping into your mind in dreams. And then you wake up in the morning and you're so mad that you dreamed about them. That's usually when you need to do a few rounds of cord cutting and just re-sever that bond. So now that I've explained what cord cutting is and when it's beneficial, let me explain how to do it. The first way I'll share is how I was originally taught many years ago. It is extremely simple, but you do need a piece of selenite. Now, I have an actual selenite blade, but you don't need anything that fancy. It can just be a tiny little selenite stick. And what you do is you take your piece of selenite and you envision it as you actually run it down your body, and you envision it slicing through the cords, and you do your entire body, front, back, everything. I know some people who do this every single night before they go to bed. You don't have to do that, but it's a very simple, gentle practice. You do need a piece of selenite for it, though. The other way to cut cords is a little bit more in depth, It can be done very quickly when you're comfortable with it, or you can turn it into a long ritual that takes 15 to 20 minutes. It also depends on if you're just clearing cords for just a normal energetic hygiene, or if you have something really deep that you're trying to cut a cord that it's something that maybe is overtaking your whole life. You might want to do something more in depth. So, what you'll do is find a place where you can sit or lie down where you will be undisturbed. So, it can be a quiet room in your house, maybe your bedroom. And if you choose to, you can light a candle or some incense, maybe have soft music. You don't have to do any of that. You can just be in a quiet room where you can sit or lie down undisturbed and close your eyes. Now, once you do that, ground yourself. Whatever grounding practice works best for you, do that. You can close your eyes, do some deep breathing. Maybe you envision tree roots coming out of the soles of your feet, grounding you into the earth. And then once you're grounded, set your intention of who you're clearing cords with. Maybe it's just one person, maybe it's a group of people, or maybe you just want a full energy reset and you're cutting all cords. But once you have that in your mind, you envision in your mind's eye, it could be your piece of selenite, it could be a blade, a sword, scissors, whatever it is that you want to cut those cords with. Just envision yourself starting to cut them. And if cutting them feels too intense, you can also dissolve them and you can see them disintegrating or dissolving. I like to, as I'm doing it, I'm sending the energy back to that person. So they are regaining their energy. And then as the cords are cutting or dissolving away, you call back your own energy. That's a really important part because you don't want to cut the cords and leave your energy with that person. You want your energy to come back to you so you are as whole and complete as possible. Now, when you're calling the energy back, you can envision where those cords were. Some people see them as an open wound and they put a salve over it and they heal it that way. You can see golden light coming and sealing your energy in. It really becomes a personal experience and you find what visualization works best for you. So you go through this process of cutting the cords, calling your own energy back, and you just feel this completeness afterwards. You feel whole. You'll probably feel lighter. You might feel really relaxed. It could even be emotional. And all of that's okay. And you can choose to sit and maybe journal afterwards if you do have emotions come up. I like to do this right before bed. So sometimes I do it and I feel so relaxed afterwards that it helps me sleep better. You'll find the time of day that works best for you. Maybe it's because a interaction with somebody happened and you can feel this energy and you want it done right away and you do it in the middle of your day and then go on with your day. There's no right or wrong. It's really just about finding something that works and seeing how you feel different afterwards. So whether you choose to cut cords because something big happened or there was a breakup or an altercation with somebody, maybe you're doing it because it's a full moon and you want to reset your energy with the moon cycle. You can do things like that where it's a scheduled event, where it's just when something major happens, or you can make it a daily practice or a weekly practice. There's no amount that's too much or too little, as long as you're doing it. And if you're still feeling this heaviness of these emotions, then maybe you need to do cord cutting a little bit more often just to get you through that. Other times when you've cleared your energy and reset, you might not need to do it for months. But either way, I look forward to hearing what your experience is with this once you try it. So feel free to leave a comment below and let me know, how did it feel when you did a cord cutting? Is this something you've done previously and this might just be a reminder for you to do it again? Or is this brand new to you? I'd love to hear about it. So drop your comment below, and I'll see you next time.